Her polite voice made me sit up straight, even when she was using it on someone else.
"Do you know what the argument was about?" Jason asked.
No, but he always called at night. Not late, but later than most people think is okay. He'd want my mom to show a house, or talk about this book he wanted them to write to strengthen their brand, whatever that means. Dad thought Robert would be a lot happier if my mom was childless and unmarried.
He thought Robert had personal designs on your mom?
Jason chose his words carefully, but made it clear that the answer was important.
Did I think he was hitting on her? Definitely.
Teddy cleared his throat and turned away from Jason.
Was your mom interested?
Gross! Teddy leaned back in his chair, held up his hands in a gesture that said, "That's enough." His face would have matched the color of a stop sign if he'd held one.
"Sorry, but I had to ask."
"I get it," Teddy said, ducking his head. Jason focused on the rest of us.
"I'm not sure any of you understand completely. Maggie's been tangentially involved in some murder cases before, but none of you have been this close to it. Teddy's going to need every ounce of protection and emotional support you can muster."
Jason's face showed pain and apprehension and convinced me he spoke from vast experience. "I'm fine," Teddy said, his voice defensive.
"Hear me out," Jason said. "I know that you're strong, capable, smart, cool-headed, and mature. But you don't know what's coming. If you thought that website was cruel, it's nothing like the questions that will come, the things you'll hear about your parents, and the statements otherwise well-meaning people will make in front of you. There are lots of cops who can't work homicide, not because of the grisly scenes, but because of what the investigations do to families and entire communities. A good investigator paws through the most personal details of lives that aren't as stable as the one you have with your family. We dredge up old hurts and forgotten wounds. I want you to know that it's going to be bad so that you don't feel like you're failing somehow if you find it difficult to handle. I need you to know that I'm on your side, and so is everyone else. Call one of us before the pressure gets to be too much. I don't care what time it is or what day it is. You call me and I'll answer. Got that?"
Teddy nodded.
"You sure? This is your most important job right now."
"Does that mean I can skip track practice?"
"Nice try."
Jason's smile reflected Teddy's, and the teen's shoulders relaxed. I felt mine do the same. If Teddy was comfortable enough to trade banter with Jason, he'd likely be able to ask for whatever help he needed. As quickly as the atmosphere lightened, however, it plummeted again. This time, it was my youngest son whose voice broke hesitantly through the laughter. "There's someone else you should look at," Brian began. I wasn't sure how I felt about the kids coming up with the first real suspects. I'd found that adolescents had a finely tuned sense of justice and were more reliable than any lie detector at smoking out an adult who was skirting the truth. Were the rest of us naive, inattentive, or had we failed to consider the secrets of some of our closest neighbors? "His partner, Catherine."
"Partner as in business?" asked Jason.
No, his running partner. She treated him like he was supposed to be her coach or something." "But how do you know her?" I asked, examining David and Teddy to measure how they felt about Brian's suggestion and whether they knew Catherine. David leaned forward.
"Bry's right. There was something weird about her. Like, she'd join us on team training runs, but act like we were crowding her time with Patrick."
"Is that normal? For adults to join student practices?" I wasn't sure how I felt about that. The 24-hour news cycle, being